How y'all doing? One moment. Mm-mm-mm. One moment now. Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Not really. Um, how y'all doing? I want to giggle with y'all for a little bit. We got like 30 minutes. So I can giggle with y'all for a little bit. So let's go into this video. I probably gonna skip through it. I probably won't go through all of it. But y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, I was watching this and I've seen it before, but it never like dawned on me like, damn, these mommies out here really living a fantasy, y'all. To me, taking care of a man is never what I want to do as a mother. After you have kids, I would say there's some things you just not going to tolerate, you know? Excuses. I don't tolerate excuses. I don't tolerate just bare minimum. And that's also with my children. Um when you give me bare minimum, that is um probably an insult to my intelligence and also my time. But when I tell you being content with a man that can cook is passive, okay? Being content with a man that tell me I'm going to be somebody or just trying to be in my ear so he can get whatever he needs to get out the situation is beneath me. Okay, a man can't tell me I look good anymore. Like, boy, that's one less thing you need to tell me. Okay. Um, and I think a lot of times, a lot of women they kind of get lost in their own identity because of, oh, this man looked at me, or this man he's talking to me, or this is my only baby daddy, whatever the case is. But majority of these moms on the social media is just like pimps in a certain way. They might not be out here selling their body, but they out here selling, using their children to get personal gain, using like trauma for personal gain. And I also want to talk about this. There's a mom that's out here. I really don't remember her YouTube or her TikTok, but she typically keep a dirty house. But I used to give her props because I was like, oh my gosh, I understand that. I do. I understand having backed up laundry. I really 100% understand that. But one thing I don't understand is you have all these bodies in your house, and your house look like this. Everybody can pick up behind themselves. Somebody can vacuum. Somebody can sweep. I typically make my kids sweep the floor, even if they don't need it. It's just something that I believe that it's a habit. You know, your floor should never be dirty. That's a habit. You shouldn't have to wait until it's actually time to clean up your house to clean it. You can just do it daily. Um, and sometimes I don't even have to ask them. They just typically just do it. You see something out of place, just pick it up. I don't care who done it at this point, but just make it look tidy and neat. Because anything can happen, and that's something I'm trying to teach my kids. Anything can happen. Somebody can, unfortunately, not trying to be funny, somebody can die, and you know what I'm saying. Your house is a wreck, and first thing they're gonna see is the junk. You can't defend yourself. Like, ooh, why is this house dirty? She died in this filth. That's the only thing they're gonna see. And then these parents, they put this shit on camera, and it's like, this is my life. No, it's not. You just nasty as hell. But it is what it is. All right, let's go. Let's go on this video. Sorry for the darkness. Okay, that poor quality back there. We gonna speak it for you.
I told her fine, and he came down there and got me out. That's the way a lot of girls get out of jail down there, though.
Last name, first name, date of birth.
All the guys around, they check the jailhouses a lot, or somebody goes to jail, and they'll say, well, is there anything else in there, worth coming out, worth me putting my money up to get them out? And they get, a lot of guys, that's where they get their women from, is the jail. It's getting late, and I don't want to stay up here very much longer. The first pimp I really ever had was drugs. Really is what pimped me. All right. I've spent up to $1,300 in one day. Me and the guy I was with on drugs. What time do you think you'll be up? Now, the last 2 years I haven't shot drugs. So all my money has went into cars and jewelry and taking care of my little girl, too. I'll be waiting.
Girls are not really that hard to get, really, because you always got something to tell them. This is one thing about any guy that hustles. He's got conversation. Put out enough conversation over and over. And then a lot of pimps are good actors. It takes a certain amount of acting also. So between your conversation, your charm, and your acting, you can pretty well have your way.
Now, I told you we're gonna stop and start. Doesn't that sound like some of these YouTube baby daddies? They're good actors. They're so good that these mommies are so dumb. Diamond over there excited and happy, baby's there. Babe, he just got anxiety. Baby, when he said, are you kidding me? There ain't no type of anxiety that one man should feel safe and comfortable but not providing for his children. So again, to me, they out here, they gotta, sell not just their body. I'm not gonna say they're prostitutes. I'm not gonna say it. They gotta sell their soul. They gotta sell their whole. They have to put their whole being aside just so they can provide for this man. Just say, I got this man. Y'all, when I tell you how sad that is, like him just sitting there laughing, knowing that he's effing up multiple women in his past and also about to be in his presence. And he got that grin on his face like, we're just actors. Crazy to me. Let's go.
What's up?
Not too much.
Is any money?
Been pretty slow.
How much money you made so far?
Enough. Enough. I don't want to carry it on me. I want to get rid of it.
Oh. Look, I don't want you to lay there and get jacked up here. I don't want a joker to lay there and take nothing, Yeah. Yeah, that's nothing, man. Lay there and get us some gas with anyway.
I give Harold my money because I don't have any credit where I could buy a car. Or he's going to, hire the best lawyer if I need one.
Oh, he's bad?
I really feel like I owe him because he saved me from going to the penitentiary. Right. I feel like I would still be in the penitentiary right now if he hadn't have slowed me up. He would talk to me, and he was a lot older, a lot more.
Now, if he saved you from the penitentiary, that he didn't save her. We all know that. But if he did go to the penitentiary, you have a higher chance of picking up trades. You have a higher chance of getting education. You'll have a higher chance of being in programs that can get you from A to B. See, Harold could never really do that for her, and he knew that. So what he did was he gave her tangible things for her to make her feel like she got it. She's in control. She has some type of say. And it's just like these mommies on YouTube. These men would tell them anything and everything. They give them dingling. They give them a little, camera time, a little giggle. But that is all they get. They don't get a hardworking person. They don't get nothing's going to be ever good enough. I don't know if y'all ever watched Sky doing a grocery haul for her husband with her husband. This man, nothing. He always wanted something else. It was never good enough for him to not even have money to buy groceries for himself or his child that he brought into marriage. Is crazy. She's carrying that food stamp card. And he had to basically make love to her in the store, not literally, but she, he had to woo her. Like he had to constantly woo her, like, baby, go ahead and get it, boy. That is the type of shenanigans that these mommies are doing right now. All right, let's go back.
Experienced than I was, and if I hadn't listened to him, I think I would be there right now. See you later.
Yeah.
I knew Harold a long time before I got with him. The first guy that I was with, he told me, well, I know an easy way to make money. And, I knew about girls, and I said, well, if you want to talk to me about selling my body, you can forget it, because I'm not going to do it. I was really headstrong, And then after he talked to me, and he explained to me all the nice things I could have, and I just decided, yeah, well, maybe.
Some girls are just self-motivated. They have a thing within them as saying, I want my man to have this. I want him to have that. I know the more money that I can get for him, the more he can have, or the more we can have.
He upped up when he said the more that he can have. Okay? That is exactly how some of these ladies think. When Jazz got on here and she had recently told the world that her and Chris splitted everything in half, and Chris came through with the bills, and y'all, then later on she cried and said, I was a good provider. Chris is no different than this pimp. He sat back and watched people buy stuff for his kid. Y'all, do I feel like he bought Stinkabug his first Jordans? No. His first shoes? No. No, he didn't. He didn't. That man couldn't even afford to buy that baby any Nike clothes. Peep that. And this man literally said there's some type of women that is motivated by threat and self-motivated. Why we don't see that? I'm sorry. Diamond Husband's a whole rapper out here. He could be in that house right now making what is that? Merch for his rapping. Making merch for other people. Selling it. Selling, he's at home all day playing video games. Y'all get what I'm saying? Let's go back. This joke is funny to me. I see the bond.
They meet your needs as far as money. You try to match their needs and so forth as far as what they want. What do you look for? Solid color?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's ugly.
Some want a nice car. Some want a lot of pretty clothes. Their needs are no different than the average woman.
His best point is probably his personality. And I'm sure his worst point is his temper. He's gotten mad at me, but I've seen him a lot madder a lot of times, and I don't ever want him to get that mad at me. What do you like? Whatever you like, that's what I'm wearing here.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Don't make me grab my head, will you?
Come on.
Don't make me grab my head. Just snatch a medium off and take a medium. Shit, a little room right.
No. That's not it.
It's not her gun like that.
Well, they got one down that wall somewhere.
I enjoy listening to him. He cracks a lot of jokes. If it's real dull and he comes around, everybody's gonna liven up.
Everybody can.
Some girls, they require more time. Some of them just, I'd say if you're only around them once a week, it's fine. Then some, you know, you've got to be around them every day, you know, because, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of like, it's really basically kind of like raising children in a sense, you know. Some kids you got to spend a lot of time with, some you don't. Girls, same way. Some you got to spend a lot of time with, and some of them you don't. On the average, I've had some girls that made, just say, a pretty well constant $300-400 a day with no problem. Then I've had some that look like could just barely come up to $200 a day.
Hot. Yes, it is.
Too hot. A lot of them are used to being stable. So therefore, it's like a job to them.
A lot of women, they love to hustle. To whether or not they get to keep any money or not, they love to hustle. Well, pimps don't force the girls. How can they? A pimp can't watch a woman 24 hours a day. She's got to go to the bathroom. She's got to go eat sometime, you know. She's got to sleep. And he's not going to sleep with her every night. So, no, it's not forcing. They want to do it because they, you know, that's what they want to do. They love the man that they're with, and they want to make him happy. And the way to make him happy is money. Going to a man in this life, you already know what they're about. You already know that they're pimping, they've got other women. So you're going to them knowing that I'm here, you know. I mean, this is what he wants me to do. This is the way I came to him. He's a pimp. I've got to be a hoe.
Yeah, it's like, no, you know, she didn't even think of it. It's like, I come to him and I gotta be a hoe. Y'all, this joke is so funny to me. Y'all, we probably won't get to all of it, but
I'm 20 years old. I'm 7 months pregnant. And I've been a prostitute for the last 3.5 years. My father raped me when I was about 16 years old. And it was a very traumatic experience. He told me he was doing it to teach me a lesson. Yeah, because I was messing with black men. And he said he was teaching me a lesson. And I couldn't see what the lesson was, what the point was, you know. I had left, I'd ran off. I said, oh, forget this, I'm gonna hide to where nobody can find me. And I did. My father, he wasn't gonna come looking for me again. He was too scared. So I was with the pimp. It's my longest relationship that I've ever had with anybody. And this is his first mixed baby, and he's wanted this for years, in which he's got a lot of kids. And it's going to mean a lot to both of us, I know.
Push up.
Oh, God.
that's for him.
Just for that.
One time she looks bad.
If he show it, he just might as well quit overnight. Because if it gets to the point to where the girls automatically feel like that you're in love with a particular girl and you show her a lot more favoritism than the rest of them, then they're going to quit. They're going to someone else. Alice looked like a 60-year-old
Now, I'm about to
woman.
pause this right here, right? Okay, y'all can go watch it. The channel is right here. I think I got it in my description. Um, baby, did y'all hear what he said? He said I can't give all these women any attention because they're not going to do their work. Y'all, now it explains why they come on here depressed. It explains why Diamond comes on here depressed. If Diamond doesn't meet Robert's quarter, quarter, quota of what he needs is as beer, his cigarettes, his peace, she's panicking. See, he gave her all that attention while she was not attending the house. That now she's overwhelmed because he's stressed out. He's suddenly got anxiety. And he just gonna give her bare minimum. And some of these women, they really can't take it. They can't take a man that's not in their face. That's the reason why Sky probably got the man that she got. Because that man was always in her face and made her feel like, ooh, yes, yeah, I'm about to get evicted, but we can stay in the thing. And trust me, and that showed me a lot. That man did not go out and get him a job while y'all was staying in Honda, beating the hell out of that car up. Had nowhere to go. Y'all just had to ride or sit somewhere in the shade, hoping that y'all can catch some wind, praying that the kids go back to school so you don't have to feed them lunch and breakfast. And that man still didn't get no job, knowing what kind of situation y'all was at. Crazy work. So yeah, these mommies, they do remind me of these ladies on here. Now at the end, I think he only had like three girls at a time. Like he said he was a big pimp, but there you go again, he was talking. This man don't even have, y'all saw how the house was lit up, right? It was so dull and they look like they barely have anything. He didn't give them much. The sad part about it is they probably didn't make that much for him to even say he could give them anything. That's the sad reality. So now some of it, I know at the end one of his ladies did die. Um but you out here having, giving him money and you putting yourself at risk. Just like these ladies. They're putting themselves at risk. Definitely from having a nervous breakdown. Having self respect. You can't tell me these ladies have self respect out here in these streets. They don't. Not to me. Not if you keep your house that way and then you record it for content. Yeah, and like I said, I don't pick on people because I get tongue tied quite often. And but I'm not gonna be out here just just blatantly being dumb out here. Just blatantly being dumb for kicks and giggles. And then think it's cute. So yeah, these ladies paved the way for these other mommies. It was original. Let's get bare minimum. But at least I could say they said that he gave him a car. He set him up. Um, but it was still not good enough. To me it's not good enough. Because this man, he should be working. If he really cared about these ladies, it's nothing for him to try to put these ladies in a trade. This is in the early 80s. So y'all, when I tell y'all there was programs in the 80s that was completely free. And I don't know what city that was in, but I actually looked that up when I did I'm in a human resource class, and in the 80s, early 70s, they needed programs. They built programs for women in all race. They didn't have any color, gender, not gender, but any color, age variant. They wanted women to go out into the business world. So they had programs and they set them to go to school. And now, things that we have to go to school for administration, to say we have to go to school for administration, business administration. Um, they had free classes set up for people to learn how to type, learn how to, um, I think it was basic English, grammar, to write letters, be a secretary, be an administrator, be all that stuff. They didn't have to work for like Burger King, McDonald's. They actually had that. So if he was a good pimp, that's what he would pimp his women at, with those 9 to 5. But he rather them be on the streets and say he was a protector. See, just like Sky and Diamond, these men, they really love you, Diamond. He would never told you to quit your job. He probably would have a job. Even if it's something small, he would have a job. When a man sees that you're struggling and you're crying about, what I'm saying? Like, this man see y'all struggle meals. When you have to make one chicken leg for a family, a growing family, he sees that struggle and he's okay with it. I never understood that. Never understood it. Your man actually is watching you struggle and you be like, well, babe is here. Babe is here. That's what these ladies saying. Well, Pimp is here. He's here with us. That's not the same. But I gotta go. I have to, like I said, I probably go live riding down the road when I drop my kids off. This is their spring break. Um, I think I'm a low key miss them, but I'm a low key love the fact that my toddler, like he's 4, he's not. Is he a kid yet? I don't know yet. But my youngest is not gonna like wake up at 6 o'clock, turn on my overlight, and that overlight still got the fan going. So I'm stuck in the bed because I'm not getting up out of cold, that blanket. You know what I'm saying? That fan is blowing. So I'm gonna enjoy that for a week, and it's not really going to be a week because I'm probably go to my mom's house on Thursday night, y'all. Um, because it's Easter. That'll be the Easter weekend. So I think I want to do something. I think I'm gonna try to find them definitely for like the younger ones, like my 10-year-old and my 4-year-old. Um, and maybe a place on Saturday or most likely Saturday that we can take them somewhere to do an Easter egg hunt if they have it. Um, just so they can get out of the house and have something to do. Um, because I think I might do something with them on Friday as well. I haven't crossed my fingers yet, but I think I'm gonna do something with them on Friday. We might take a trip down to Columbia, South Carolina. Um, cause y'all, I think I am. I think I'm burnt out from Charleston, y'all. I must say I'm burnt out. So I need. I'm burnt out, and I might can go to Savannah, but I don't know what's in Savannah. So, but be honest with you, I'm burnt out. Okay, and I never say that. I never said I'm burnt out from Columbia, not Columbia, but Charleston. I never tell myself I'm burnt out. I think I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm burnt out. And there's nothing else in South Carolina for us to do, so it might be, but yeah, I don't feel like traveling. We might go to Columbia. on that Friday, Good Friday, and find something to do. Or we might just do something. We might just go out on Saturday. Um, yeah, that's my goal. My mom says she's off that weekend. Woo! So that'll be a breather. I just don't know if I want to travel with her. I don't know about y'all. I can't travel with my mom. My mom should be on the other side talking about, hey, you going too fast. No, I'm not. I'm driving. Chill out. And I don't know if anybody lives in South Carolina. Um, I don't know if anybody lives in South Carolina, but to me, I always thought the left lane was the fast lane. So if you're driving in a flowy speed, I didn't know that you're supposed to like only use that lane to that lane's supposed to be free. And I don't like that. Like personally, I don't like that because I don't want to be behind nobody. I just want to rock and roll, right? So I do ride the left lane. I drive, but I think I don't go the speed limit. So I don't go the speed limit, but I just cannot do the right lane. I can't. I be like uh. Uh-uh. So anyway, y'all, I have to go. I have to get the kids. We have to go on the road before it gets rainy, rainy, rainy. And yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So anyway, I see y'all later. I know I've been everywhere with these lives, y'all. I think my mind is everywhere. Okay, so please give me, y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you. Give me a month. I think in a month I can be like stable. I gotta still keep pushing these videos. I still gotta keep I still gotta be active, right? But my mind is, and like I said before, like I said, I don't know where to go. Like mentally, spiritually, you know where to go. But physically on this earth, where do I go? Like I low key still look down at my phone waiting for his text or waiting to see that he called. Like low key. Like y'all, we might not talk every day, but it's just that spontaneous. Ooh, he texts me, yeah. Spontaneous time frame. Like I see his number. Y'all, I'm low key gonna keep this number on my phone number. I just can't I don't know if anybody erased or delete phone numbers when somebody passed away. Do y'all delete phone numbers? I'm just curious. Like I'm curious at this point. Like, do y'all supposed to delete phone numbers? Like, you know, I'm just curious. I don't know. Like my uncle when he passed away, and I probably had other people that passed away. Um, but y'all, I don't keep names in my phone. Yo, when I tell you I don't keep names in my phone, I don't keep names on my phone. So when people was like, who is this? And they get mad, like people really get mad. They was like, you don't know my phone number? You don't got no, I'm sorry, boo boo. I will remember your number. I will. I'm good with it. Oh, okay, that's Sarah. But if I don't actually pay attention or I have my headphones on, yeah, I won't remember your number. Mm-mm. Yeah, if I know it, you know what I'm saying, like 876. Oh, that's Jessica. Okay, if I do that, yeah, I can do that. But there's only like maybe like 10 people that got that's on my contact. Everybody else, they're not. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, not even my cousins. Um, I'll say it's more than 10 people, y'all. Like, let's be real. But I don't think I have that many people. Or my. Y'all, I'm bad. I'll talk to y'all beautiful people later. Bye.